Emily Proud here in studio, joined by Matt Norlander, who is live from Brooklyn. And Matt, you just saw Northwestern take down Florida Atlantic in overtime. You were in the building. What was it like to take in this game?
Well, I'll tell you what, the first half, Emily, was brutal. Not a good and enjoyable first 20 minutes because neither team was really getting any kind of flow together. But the second half, two different teams came out, and Northwestern really commanded the pace, commanded matters for most of the second half, and really impressive. Between Boo Buie, Ryan Langborg was obviously really impressive. He had 27 points. It looked like, and it felt like Northwestern was gonna be able to get a comfortable win in regulation, and then FAU finally got itself together, took advantage. There was a flagrant one in which Flag Golden got hit in the eye, and that felt like a turning point there in the building. And then after the backcourt violation against Northwestern, you thought, okay, is FAU actually going to pull this out? And then weirdly enough, Janelle Davis not having any sense of urgency and just kind of walking up the floor with 6 seconds to go, and next thing you know, there's a second to go, and he realizes he puts a shot up, it gets deflected, and it doesn't even come close to going in. We go to the bonus session. That's all she wrote. Northwestern took advantage, had all the momentum. Building was alive. Really good environment here at Barclays Center for this game here, Emily. But Northwestern was the better team, tougher team, smarter team. It deserved to win, and now FAU, it wraps up what has been a disappointing season. I mean, the Owls were ranked preseason top 10. Obviously, program history coming off a Final Four. Returned almost everyone, and it gave away a few games this season. I won't say it outright gave away this game because Northwestern really wasn't in command much of the second half, but there were many times this season where the Owls could have or should have won, including a game against Temple in the American Athletic Conference Tournament semifinals. But the latest loss, and it might be the last one for Dusty May as head coach of the Owls.
Which is going to be my follow-up question here. You spoke with Dusty May after this game. What's next for him?
Well, that's one of the biggest questions in the sport right now, and frankly, it's the biggest question not tied to the NCAA tournament because sources have indicated to me that the likes of Louisville, Michigan, West Virginia, Vanderbilt, all of these schools have reached out to May's representation. He hasn't really engaged in any of that to this point, but now that the season is over, he will officially hit the market, and it is expected that Dusty May will accept a job at somewhere else outside of FAU because he is as hot of a name as is out there right now. With Scott Drew telling me he's removed himself from any and all job consideration. It's my understanding that Louisville has put Dusty May at the top of its list. We will see if Michigan agrees with that, because if so, Dusty May could find himself in a situation, not saying will, but could find himself in a situation where he might have the pick of either job. They have different fortes. Louisville's in the ACC. It's a better program. Has better history. Michigan's in the Big Ten, which obviously now that conference and all the money that's coming to it, television money. I mean, there are advantages to both and disadvantages to both, but I do anticipate Dusty May at some point, probably next week, if not soon thereafter, to wind up taking a job at the high major level, because the fact of the matter is, if you've got these opportunities, he's built something special to FAU. I know Mike O'Donnell said on CBS Sports HQ Spotlight that he doesn't anticipate the likes of Dusty May just to chase money, and I agree with that. But these are big jobs and big opportunities, and he's got a lot to consider in the ensuing 24, 48, 72 hours.
We appreciate you keeping track of all the off-the-court news. We know you got more basketball to watch there in Brooklyn, Matt. Thank you so much. You can catch recaps with Matt and Gary Parrish and a host of guests throughout this NCAA tournament by listening to and watching on YouTube the Eye on College Basketball podcast. Scan the QR code, listen, and watch now.